Black Hat says, Mehran, please help me out. My girlfriend told me she wanted to marry me. So, why do you think something that she says would change anything in the world, or it's so important? I'll read the rest of the thing because I glanced on the rest of the question. Mehran, please help me out. My girlfriend told me she wanted to marry me, told me she loved me, but then we had an argument the next day. Okay, before I go on, Black Hat, let me know again, remind me where you're tuning in from, your age, and of course I know you're a man. I guess I read it in the other question. So guys, do be kind, observe the protocol. I read the story halfway, then I don't know who you are, where you come from, how old you are, how to put this together. It doesn't help me. So do your part, please. Let me know how old you are, where you're tuning in from. If you're a man or woman, then at least I'll have a better chance to tailor make it for you. So I'll wait for that, Black Hat. I'll go to the next one. So we have 19 people here. I hope that we have 19 likes already. Now that we've fixed the fixed the flow of the picture, the resolution, and the sound. All right. So who do I have here? Black Hat says, I'm 31, male from Argentina. All right. So Black Hat says that that the girlfriend told him that she loves her and she wants to marry him, right? But the next day they had an argument, and the next day of the argument was because she was sick and couldn't give me a kiss. Okay. So I got mad at her for that. You know, come on, guys. I gotta get $1,000 for these nonsense that I'm dealing with here, because you don't seem to really focus on the message that I've been trying to send you in this channel. 1,300 videos, movies, exactly like it's movies. Black Hat, 1,300 videos, and you still think your importance is in the attention you get from another. That's why it pissed you off. It wasn't the kiss that pissed you off. It's the fact that you felt that kiss means dissing you, meaning you're no longer important. You don't have priority. And you needed that assurance. Rather than bringing that assurance from inside of you, you thought the assurance should come from your girlfriend. And on that note, anything that she does, which is contrary to you feeling important, makes you feel that she is against you, or your image have been tarnished, and then you get mad at her instead of getting mad at you and the way you're looking at it. So he says, so I got mad at her for that, for the fact that she was sick and she couldn't give you a kiss. How important is that kiss in your life? Black Hat, you might be feeling really shitty in your life, that your whole life and importance and assurance and confidence is hanging on your girlfriend's kiss. And especially when she's already sick and she doesn't feel like kissing you. What the hell is that? Of course. What's wrong with you? And why the hell would you want to kiss her when she's sick anyhow? What's wrong with you? You want to get sick? You behave that way, she will think that you really don't respect yourself. And if you don't respect yourself, she would think, why should she? Remember, people are attracted to each other sometimes, most of the times in a romantic way, is because one thinks the other one is more important. One thinks the other one is better than him or her. And the minute that you make her feel that she's always better than you, it's not that you love her and you pay attention to her, you feel you're respectful to her and you value her. No, you actually make her feel that you're lower than her. She came to you because she thought you're better than her. You're behaving in such a way that makes her feel you're lower than her. That defeats her real reasoning of being interested in you. That proves to her that she was wrong, you are not better than her, therefore she doesn't want to be with you anymore. You're sabotaging your own relationship. You are attracted to her because you think she's better than you. As soon as you feel that she's lower than you, she behaves in the way she does, that she doesn't meet the standards, and you're not convinced that she's better than you any longer, you will lose interest. So this behavior of yours, that you want to kiss her even though she's sick, makes her feel you really don't have much respect for yourself or responsibility for the life, as you can get sick too. Or you're trying to show her, I'm so loyal to you that even you're sick, I will kiss you to get sick. Why? Are you crazy? Both of you will be sick? She sees all these as an irresponsible behavior, infatuation about her. She doesn't think she's that hot maybe, but she says, why this guy is so infatuated with me that she even wants to kiss me when I'm sick, and he doesn't have any respect for himself or balance in thinking what she's doing, so what he's doing. So therefore, maybe he's not that much himself, because I don't think I'm much, and he pays so much attention to me. Even when I'm sick, he wants to kiss me. He has no respect for himself, and I don't think I'm really something wow. Then perhaps it means he's nothing. And on that note, she starts losing interest, because you just proved to her that she was wrong thinking that you're better than her. I'm not saying you should be selfish at all. You should be kind, caring, attentive, fair, balanced, loving, and all that. But there are certain things that you do shows that you don't have respect for yourself, and nobody wants to be with someone who doesn't have respect for herself or himself. It's like she cooks some meal, or you cook some meal, or whatever, whoever cooks, I don't give a shit. And then you say, okay, put my food, anyway, you take your food and go, I don't know, sit and eat it somewhere not so clean, or somewhere that you don't care. Or she happened to, I don't know, you start not treating yourself with respect as far as serving the food to yourself properly. Let's put it this way. Or you're okay with eating it in a not clean dish. These sort of behavior tells her a little bit about you, and they're not always going to be complimentary. So I'm thinking you need to really see, you need to step back a little bit and attend to yourself as far as your own importance, not just fully focus on her importance. I don't know what the level of your relationships are and who pays more attention to the other, but I think you're showing a little bit neediness, and then at the same time it looks like that you somehow, if you don't get what you want when you want, you're gonna you know, flip off, fly off the handle. And that doesn't make her feel secure or, you know, to be able to counter your balanced behavior. So anyhow, long story short, says, because she was sick and couldn't give me a kiss, so I got mad at her for that. I know I fucked up. I regret it. Now she blocked me from everything and doesn't want to talk to me ever again. She says she discovered I'm extremely selfish. Well, from what I really heard here, maybe you wrote it wrong or I read it wrong, she was sick, she wanted a kiss. Why would that be selfish? Selfish that you wanted a kiss, but she was sick, yes. But also, she doesn't see that you're being like a doormat and just willing to take her germs just to prove that you're loyal to her, you love her no matter what. She missed that too. And then for all this little misunderstanding, she cuts you off from all this promise of marriage and all that the next day before. She seems like not so balanced either. It's not just you, it's also her. And while two mentally balanced people can make things work and suit each other and be a good match, but two mentally imbalanced people cannot do the same just because they're both the same. So I'm thinking you need to not take so much of a blame in this. Yeah, okay, you did as you said, but it's not that big of a deal that she would block you from all social media stuff and all that. It just looks like very childish behavior. It looks like she's been having a little bit problem, not just from yesterday to today, but from a long time. And it's been unresolved. So why don't you guys sit down and talk it over and figure out what it is. And you also man up and become who you are rather than be a doormat to her. Just want to prove to her that you think she's really all that. Why? What has she done for you? What has she accomplished in this world that has impressed you so much? Why don't you guys and girls open your eyes and see what is the other person's accomplishments and manners and ways of being in relation to this life and the well-being of all other people and all other lives in this life as a whole, and then decide how important, how wonderful that person is. Not just because you get excited because she's sexy, or you get excited because he's your boyfriend and you want to get married or something. I don't know. So go a little bit deeper before you give all those credentials to someone. Too much sun. There we go. So he continues, Mehran, my girlfriend, also always says she doesn't think I love her, even though I treat her well and do stuff for her. What to do? Well, that's her way of trying to keep you at bay and keep you hungry. No matter what you do, she says, oh, I don't think you love me. Because it means, come on, do more. Pay more attention. So if that's the kind of attitude of the girl, it's not balanced either. What to do? You got to give her space. Let her be. She reacted, I think, unless there's so many other things from the past that she's keeping it bottled up, and now this was one reason. But from one day she wants to marry you, the next day for an argument she blocks you. It's kind of, she's got a little bit some issues as well. So sit down and talk and figure out what the real issues are here. But in the meantime, I think you just let her be for a few weeks. Let her simmer, down, or let her figure it out. It is her that she should be convincing herself, not you. You've been who you've been. You've been apparently a decent guy, and leave it now. If you have to, move on. Let her come back to you when she figures it out. Otherwise, this will be like I don't know, oscilloscope. It keeps going up and down. She'll do the same thing all the time. and she'll have you wrapped around her finger, and she would know why, because her own lack of confidence, and she wants to get that confidence through you running around for her, and you will do that just because you're not sure of yourself either. Both of you need a break and figure out and see other things in life, and then figure things out. That's what I think for now, from what I'm hearing from you, the little that I know from you here. All right. Now, Feridun says, I broke up with her. I had reasons, as you say. Yeah, I remember. Then let it go. Don't worry about what she does. You just move on. She has a boyfriend. We talked about it last time in detail. So let it go. Let it go. Don't worry about it. Go get another girlfriend. You're 19. That's it. But at this age, don't look for something perfect, because you don't even know who you are, what you want, what your expectations and standards are. Let alone knowing what you're looking for. So don't expect a permanent relationship when you find a girlfriend. Just be friends with her, interact with her, get to know her, get to know each other, and whatever happens, be responsible, be a good gentleman, and then learn from that relationship. And if it lasts a year, great. If it doesn't, okay. At this age, it should not last more than a couple of years anyhow. Because if it does last more than a couple of years, it's gonna break up anyhow 2 years later, because you guys are growing up and learning things but not sure of yourself, so you're hanging around each other because you feel safe and secure. But then eventually you grow up, and then that would be 4 or 5 years into the relationship. Then one of you or both of you decide to break. Both of you will okay, but one of you decides to break up, and the other one will be devastated, because all this long you weren't really what you guys were looking for, but you were the best that you could do at the time because you didn't know much more. So pretty much at that age, anything more than 2 years, it's not until you're like 28, 29, 30. All of these will be short-lived. Hardly you will find something really resonating with you based and bonding based on consciousness level. It's mostly just fragmental of your emotions that are going to be satisfied, and it's all emotional, sexual, intimate, not really about knowing each other, loving each other. To love each other, you got to know each other. To know each other, you got to know each other's fears, desires, ego, consciousness, and you don't know that. But you're actually liking each other because of all the physical pleasures that you receive from each other. The images that you create of each other in each other's mind, in your own minds, about each other. The images that you think other people having of you being with her or her being with you. All these images and the pleasures, physical pleasures, and the norms that you've been conditioned to comply with, the society as you've been raised, keeps you guys content until you grow up a few years later. So holy shit, that's not for me, that's for them, for the society, for the image. Our images are having fun, but my center, as I know it now, and I can see a bit about her, doesn't seem to be really fulfilling each other in this relationship. Then you break up. So take it easy for now. Move on. What's the end of this? She checks my Snapchat, she doesn't, or this and that. Okay, what's the end of it? You guys are not old enough to know who you are, let alone know what you're looking for. So therefore, it's gonna be up and down for what? So what are you paying attention to what she does? Again, we go back to the physical pleasures. That's what your motivation is, and you may not know it. What else is there to tell you she's the right woman for you? At this age, you don't bloody know who you are. So, on that note, move on and don't pay attention to it. It's all right. Done there says, This is Pam.